Forgot to turn my mic on. I apologize. Anyway, from the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex, it's Wednesday night, and time again for another edition of Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm Rick Arsenal, and as always, if you're a relatively new viewer, first thing I always do is ask you to kindly get down there, if you haven't done so yet, and smash that like and subscribe or like and share button. Thank you very much. I apologize for getting on a little later tonight, but it's been a hectic day for me. Really nice day weather-wise. What did I think it wouldn't if it wasn't one for the wind? It would have been a really nice day. So I was just outside a little while ago, and that wind has died down a little bit now. So you're getting spring fever already. The days are getting longer, and what's going to happen? I think this might have been our third consecutive day of sunshine. How long has that happened? When was the last time that happened in the middle of winter? It's been a while. Anyway, as you saw in the headline, the last chapter of the show tonight, we're going to go over the Lions unrestricted free agent list and who I think should stay and who should go. It's a rather lengthy list. It's almost 2 dozen, 22 to be exact. But where to start? Well, the Tigers have a new relief pitcher, Tommy Cannell, or Kahnel, and Kahnle, I believe. Excuse me. Right-hander. He's 35. He was a part of a very good Yankee bullpen last year. He came in with an ERA of about slightly over 2, which is very good. He is a changeup specialist. What I mean by that is about the only pitch he throws is a changeup. And of course, what's new? It's a 1-year deal for about $7 million, I think. Does Scott Harris do anything other than a 1-year deal? Well, if they want to sign Alex Bregman, yeah, they're going to have to do that. Speaking of Bregman, this is going to just drag on and on and on. Where spring training isn't that far away, but just a couple of weeks away from spring training now. I think the first spring training game is 3 weeks from Saturday, I think, yeah. And we're getting close, but I don't think, look, there are 3 teams probably in the running right now: the Cubs and the Red Sox and the Tigers. And Scott Boras is sticking to his guns. And we want 7 years for $200 million. And I'd like to have Taylor Swift sitting in my lap while I'm doing this show. But that's not going to happen. And at this point, Boras has to know that. He can't be that naive to know that there's nobody that they're going to give him for a 30-year-old third baseman, albeit he's still got a good glove yet, whose OPS has steadily gone down in the last few years, as well as his home run and RBI production. 7 years, really? That would put him at 37 at the end of his contract. You pay him $200 million? That's not happening. He's got to know that. He can't be that naive to know that's not going to happen. But I like this pickup by the Tigers, Tommy Cannell. Let's call it Cannell. I haven't seen any official pronunciation, but Kahnel to me is Cannell. Oh, or Cannell. I don't know where the accent is there on the first or second syllable, but welcome to the Tigers, Tommy. And he will be a back-end relief specialist, kind of like almost like a right-handed version of Chafin was the last couple of years with the Tigers. You might say that. Yeah. Anyway, another 1-year deal. Michigan State basketball. Michigan State Spartans under the guidance of 70-year-old Tom Izzo. Oh, boy, what can you say about them? Right, they are 18-2 overall right now. 18-2, a perfect 9-0 in the Big Ten as they embark on a trip out west to play the Southern Cal Trojans and the UCLA Bruins this weekend. I think they'll notch a couple more wins out there, and when they come back here, they should be 20-2 and a perfect 11-0 in the Big Ten. They've won 13 straight. Look, it looks like Tom Izzo's got another Final Four team on his hands, and I'm happy for him at this point of his career. And he said it, I heard him say today, he did not see this coming. He didn't know what he had when the season started. These guys are good. Awfully, awfully good. And, we'll see where it goes. It's just a shame they don't play Michigan for another month yet. And then the last week of the Big Ten season, again, on February 5th. I think that's Ash Wednesday. But so good luck to them out west. The Wolverines, coming off an exciting win over Penn State a couple of nights ago, are in third place in the Big Ten. They are 7-2, 15-5 overall. And their next game will be Saturday at Rutgers, Saturday afternoon at Rutgers. I think the starting time on that is 3:30. So good luck to the Wolverines. Rutgers showed me against Michigan State. They got a very good team. State was just the better team that day, the last Saturday. Anyway, as far as the Red Wings go, they will begin a trip out west beginning tomorrow night in the Canadian Rockies against the Edmonton Oilers, who are very good. The Wings right now are 24, 21-5, good for 53 points in the Atlantic Division of the NHL. They are tied for sixth with Montreal. Both have 53 points. I've talked about this before. There's not a lot of disparity in that Atlantic Division between 3 and 7. 3 points separate those teams. So there's really, there's really, they're all bunched up right now. There's really not a lot of, like I said, disparity between 3 and 7, 56 to 53. And this is a tough road trip for the Wings. It starts tomorrow night, I believe, in Edmonton against the Oilers in the province of Alberta. And then from there, I believe Saturday night, they're playing in Calgary. And then from there, they head out to Vancouver. And from there, the trip winds up in Seattle. Given who they're playing, again, it is 4 games, a possible 8 points. Be nice if they could come back with at least 5 points, I'd say. So, and the Pistons, they got a game tonight in Indianapolis against the Pacers. The Pistons are 23-23. So they'd have to win tonight to stay above 500. They're about 2.5 games behind the Pacers in the NBA Eastern Conference. So I think I've got you caught up on everything else going on right now. So let's do this for our good sponsor, and then we'll continue on with Lions news. Oh, by the way, I neglected. I wanted to hit on this. I just happened to look down at my notes, and I hit on this. The NBA trade deadline is about 8 days away, February 6th. The Pistons are listed as a top-tier team most likely to make a trade at the deadline. Most likely to make a trade. The thing that's, to me, is rather intriguing is what Malik Beasley had to say following the game the other night in Cleveland, when he said there were several NBA contenders interested in his services. Who told him this? His agent? His agent. Well, if that's the case, then these teams are all guilty of tampering. The Pistons brought Malik Beasley in here on a 1-year deal. And the way it works in the NBA, if you're here on a 1-year deal, you cannot get extended. Even if the Pistons wanted to renegotiate with him and give him an extended contract, can't do it. You'd have to wait until after the season is over. And then you would get involved in a bidding war with other teams that, as he says, apparently are interested in his services. Is it possible they could trade Malik Beasley at the trade deadline? It's possible. I'd hate to see that. Keep one thing in mind, too. If the Pistons make the playoff this year, they will relinquish their first round draft pick. So, as I said, this is another thing to keep in mind. Uh, you know, uh, before we get to the Lions news out there, if you're having if you're having any issues with your car because of the winter weather, whatever they may be, the place to take it is the service department at Frank Beck Chevrolet. Whatever issues you are having that may be caused by this winter weather, you get in there and make an appointment to make sure your vehicle will take you through the rest of the winter weather ahead. You get in there and let them check the strength of your battery, your belts, hoses, wiper blades, antifreeze, and more. Plus, if you don't think your tires will get through the rest of the winter, you get in there now and get that new set of tires so you will make it through the rest of the winter and you won't go slipping and sliding down the highway. Get in there and let the sales pros at Beck's help you find a vehicle for all seasons too. If you don't think your car will make it through the rest of the winter weather, you get in there and find the car that'll take you into springtime. The 2025s are rolling in right now nearly every day out of the lot. So right now their selection is tops. And you can check out their inventory on their webpage at frankbeckchevy.com or stop by the dealership on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville and let them help you experience the Frank Beck difference. Not only that, you've got only 2 days left. Tomorrow and Friday to take advantage of their first ever Beckathon. What's that? During the month of January, you get an extra $1,000 dealer cash on all remaining new 2024 models in stock. And you've only got 2 days to do that. Not only that, you get an extra $3,000 dealer cash on all select used vehicles in stock. And like I said, you've only got 2 days now to take advantage of that. You get in there and talk to one of the salesmen. They'll give you all the details. Give them a call at 517-849-2886. Or better yet, stop in there and talk to one of the salesmen. They'll give you all the details, everything you need to know. But if you're going to get this done, you've only got 2 days to take advantage of it. Or Saturday, February 1st. Well, where has this month gone? Huh? Anyway, Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Chevy drives Southern Michigan. And of course, Frank Beck Chevrolet is the #1 Chevrolet dealer in the tri-state area. Get in there and take advantage. 2 days. That's all you got. I had a list. By the way, it's official. It's official. John Morton is the new Tigers. He's the new Lions offensive coordinator. And John Gruden speaks fairly highly of him. In fact, he thinks the Tigers should toast a glass of champagne because in their celebration of bringing this guy in. Matt Derry doesn't think so highly of it, but I will think more of John Gruden's discretion than I would Matt Derry's. Matt Derry thinks he moves around too much. John Gruden says the Lions should be toasting champagne to celebrate the fact that he's here now. Okay, all right. A list. 22 unrestricted free agents, and this is a rather lengthy list. Where to begin? Quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. He's probably not coming back regardless of what the Lions want to do with him. Wide receiver Tim Patrick. I don't think he'll be back. He's had a issue during his career staying healthy. That's why the Broncos cut him. Luckily, he was not hurt here in Detroit this year, but I don't see them bringing Tim Patrick back. The same thing for another wide receiver, Allen Robinson. I think offensive tackle Dan Skipper will be back. Right guard Kevin Zeitler, who's 35, will be 36 next year. I'd like to see the Lions bring him back on another 1-year deal. Offensive guard Natane Muti. I don't see him coming back. Edge rusher Marcus Davenport. I don't see him coming back. Edge rusher Al Qadim Muhammad. I don't see him coming back. Defensive lineman Levi Onwuzurike. Possible. 50-50 on that. Defensive lineman John Kaminsky. Same thing there. 50-50. Defensive lineman Jonah Williams. I don't think so. Defensive lineman Pat O'Connor. Nope. Nose tackle Kyle Pecco. That is a possibility. Linebacker Derek Browns. That's another possibility. I see him coming back. Linebacker Ben Neiman. 50-50. Quarterback Carlton Davis. He's the number one guy you want to see come back. Was having a very good season this year until he broke his jaw. And as Brad Holmes said in his press conference last week, he probably had his best year ever. He never played this well in Tampa. He was hurt down there a lot too. Another quarterback, Kendall Vildor. I don't see him coming back. Quarterback Khalil Dorsey. That's a very good possibility. Absolutely not. Quarterback Emmanuel Mosley. Defensive back Ifeatu Melifonwu. Kicker Michael Badgley. I don't see those guys coming back either. Interesting. Detroit Free Press Tiger beat writer Dave Burkett came out with a list of unrestricted free agents that he thinks that the Lions should keep. A little bit surprised by a couple of names of it. The number one guy on top of his list was Carlton Davis III. I agree. I say bring him back. He was very good this year. Very good tackler. He seemed to be almost like a quarterback in that secondary. I don't know how big of a contract he's going to want, how lucrative or how many years, but I would say bring this guy back. I thought he was a good influence on Terrion Arnold. There was a drop off in the secondary after he went down. Yeah, I'd say he'd be the number one guy you want to bring back. That was number one on Dave Burkett's list. Number two, very surprising, Levi Onwuzurike. I don't know. The guy's been hurt a lot. He was okay this year. He was all right. But look, the only reason you might want to bring him back is let's look at this. Lee McNeil went down with the ACL on December the 15th. I'm not a doctor, but the healing time for an ACL is anywhere from 10 to 12 months. December the 15th, that means the best case scenario for Lee McNeil would be the second half of next year, sometime in early November, or even early December. Like I said, everybody heals differently, but the best case scenario for Lee McNeil would be after Halloween. That might be the only reason you want to bring Levi Onwuzurike back. He also had Marcus Davenport as a player that he would want to bring back. I don't think we saw enough of Davenport last year to pass judgment on him. He played 2 games, then he got hurt again, as he normally always does. That's why Minnesota let him go. He couldn't stay healthy up there. Prior to that, New Orleans, he was very good. And anyway, that's on the top of Dave Burkett's list of somebody you might want to bring back. Maybe on another 1-year deal. I certainly wouldn't give it more than that. Those were the top 3 on his list. Anyway, I've got you caught up on everything. I think I do. Again, I apologize for being so late tonight. Oh, well, let's do this first. I wouldn't be doing this show if it wasn't for the technical assistance and patience of a good man, Tim Lindley, Lendley, Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street, across the street from Fat Jack's Automotive, a couple of 100 feet west of Howell. Any technical issues at all you have, this is the man you want to see. Computers, new or used, flat screen TVs, mounting setup, maybe you're changing internet providers, printers, new or used, anything at all. Computers, sales and service, this is the number one guy in our area. 517-610-5372. Like I said, better still get in there and see him at 37 Waldron Street in downtown Hillsdale, across the street from Fat Jack's Automotive. And when you do, this guy was AWOL the whole show. Say hello to tell him Mickey and I sent you. Will you please? I apologize for not getting Mickey in tonight. It was an oversight on my part. We gave Mickey the day off today. Okay. All right. We'll dock his pay too because of that. Uh, anyway, that's going to do it for now. Oh, by the way, too, I'm excited to announce we just finalized the details today. Beginning next week, we are bringing in an additional sponsor. I'm excited, and I'll have more details about that next week. So stay tuned. We'll talk to you again Friday night. Uh, good luck to the Pistons and Red Wings both tonight. I'm sorry, Red Wings tomorrow night, Pistons tonight. Good luck to both of them. Don't forget the Time Out show with Andy and Jed every Saturday morning here locally on WCSR 92.1 FM. And as I said, I will talk to you again all on Friday night. So as I always say, please treat each other with respect. Have a good rest of your evening. And as always, thanks so much for watching. So long, everybody. Whoops, little technical glitch there. Now I can say so long. So long, everybody.